Alright, how you doing everyone? This is Unchrasmatic here again with a review for Transformers Universe 2008 Legends Class Bumblebee, and he's some type of hatchback. I don't know what exactly what model, but he is a hatchback, and he's a great homage to the original Mini-Bots Bumblebee. And just for a comparison of size, let me get my KO yellow Bumblebee out. There he is next to the original Bumblebee. Well, he's not the original, he's the KO, so for completeness sake, let's get a real Bumblebee into the picture, and there you go. So they're fairly the same size, the Legends class and the Mini-Bots. You kind of knew as soon as they had the Legends class in the Universe line that it would be absolutely perfect to do a revisitation of the original G1 Mini-Bots, and that's exactly what Hasbro did, and you have to applaud them for it. They really did a remarkable job on these figures. The transformation is basically the same as the original Bumblebee. You just pull these legs down here, stretch, separate, and again the front of the car becomes his feet. Pull out the arms just like the original and flip down the back of the car, and there's his head. And the absolute favorite thing about this figure for me is the detail on his face. It's a little bit difficult to see on the camera, and I haven't quite yet mastered how to have this thing autofocus on the movie mode, but you can see by his face it's very reminiscent of the cartoon. You know, the slight horns on the side of his head, but he's also got kind of like a smile on his face, and that's the thing that G1 Bumblebee was known for in the cartoons. Was he was, you know, the easygoing guy, the buddy of Spike. You know, he was the character that the viewer could relate to as a young kid. You know, he was like the safe character. He wouldn't get into trouble. You know, he's always a guy that would either introduce the episode or be the view from which you as a viewer could empathize with, because, you know, he's the most human, so to speak, of all the Autobots, and they actually maintain that, unfortunately, for better or worse, throughout the entire Transformers fiction. They did it with Cheetor in Beast Wars, and I have to apologize in advance if any of you are fans of Cheetor, but I hate that character with a passion. Like, they just took a stereotypical rebellious character and they tried to jam him down our throats in the cartoon for Beast Wars. But, you know, that's my own preference, and I'm not saying my preference is right, but nor is it, you know, indicative of anything, but it's just my preference. So in the movie they had him again as a companion type of character, a way for the audience to access this mysterious world of Transformers. And but then, as luck would have it, they would have that Bumblebee have a speech impediment, I guess, because Megatron tore out his vocal processors. So, you know, there goes that idea. So back to the main feature of this figure that I like a lot, the detail on his face. You can just tell it. And here we go. I'm not going to transform this KO all the way, but here you go. You can see the difference between the face on the original versus the face on the Transformers Universe figure, and this is much more reminiscent of the cartoon, which makes this figure absolutely fantastic. The posing is far superior to the original Mini-Bot. You know, it can do any number of poses. I usually have him posed like this, kind of like, I don't know, doing calisthenics or what have you, but, you know, it's a very good entry level piece in terms of collecting, or, you know, if you wanted to get like a kid or a relative or what have you, like a gift regarding or related to Transformers, you can get him a Legends class figure, and with this Bumblebee you can't go wrong. He definitely is. I don't have that many Legends class figures because my local Toys R Us just didn't get that many of them, nor did I have the time to pick them up, but this one is absolutely fantastic, and I don't know how much they go for now, but if you are a fan of Bumblebee at all, I would say that this Legends figure is the definitive Bumblebee, and that includes the Classics figure, which I guess I'll review too, but, you know, this one is great. The transformation is almost exactly like the original. The detailing on his face is very reminiscent of the cartoon. The articulation is fantastic for a figure this size. But yeah, so this is Transformers Universe Legends class Bumblebee.